How's it going? I missed breakfast. Tour Watopia races. Oh, you're racing, man? I can't wait to watch it. I literally was thinking, like, I almost didn't equip the steel frame. Just because of yesterday. I figured I earned myself a break, but it's so hard not to ride on that bike. At least for me. The only thing I got out of that comment villager was that you're racing Tour of Watopia. And I so encourage that. So way to go, man. Giving all of us slackers something to watch that's actually entertaining. We'll see. I'm not going to do any crazy kicks, but I'll hang with the groups as long as they're not all crazy. Because this does have a couple climbs. And I have a feeling that if in the front group, it'll be hard. You know, all this talking, I'm going to take a break from my favorite bike. You know, I did have the Tron yesterday. Maybe I'll use the Tron again. Just for fun. I never use the Tron. You know, actually, yesterday's route is one of the only routes that I've seen on like that Zwifter bike website that actually puts the Tron bike as the best bike for the route. Usually it's like second or third, but it's usually like right up there, like within like a second of like number one when it's like a super rolly route. But in reality, it's like usually there's a better choice, but you know, it's Tron bike and it's just so cool. Guys, anybody see Vegan Cyclist was streaming yesterday? Like for figure 8, if you do 220, no recommended. Oh, really? The average wattage you output. So I did notice there was the factor where you can add like your threshold, your Z4. And I wasn't sure how that affected your choices. Maybe that was it, because I entered that in now. I have my FTP set on that website. So basically it's calculating it off of you, assuming you're going to be doing a threshold effort, I guess, if you have that set. Ooh, that's annoying. That's actually annoying. Yeah, most people don't. Like, the Tron's good, but a lot of people try to avoid it for racing. Purely because of the draft animation that doesn't happen. You don't get super tuck animation, you don't get draft animation. FTP meant for recommended pace partners. Another slider. Oh, dude, I missed that one. Okay, that's something different. Hey, Red, how you doing, man? Good afternoon, well, evening. Evening for you, yeah? Oh, and it can even... Oh, I need to screw around with that website a little more. I didn't notice that, that parameter. I also swapped back to 2K because I've been having some weird frame drops, like, or frame FPS dips recently on Zwift. I don't know what's been going on. It's weird, like, so I have a couple theories, but I won't know. I turned some things off today. I turned off some of the super resolution things through, like, the NVIDIA control panel, some other things, but I'm hoping that it'll make it a little better, because I've been having some... it's still... It should be better than this. And look at how long it takes for the world to render right now. I feel like something's really weird right now in the Zwift world. They need to... So I was doing some looking into the framework, the API framework they are built off of is basically OpenGL, right? A wild Ewan has appeared. Taking his rare break from maintaining his beautiful onion patch. But yeah, it's like taking a weird long time for things to pop in and render in. I don't know, something's going on. And usually, here's the thing, usually when there's weird things like this that happen, it's tied to them testing out a new or future update. So fingers crossed that they're messing with like efficiency parameters so that like basically it works better on multiple platforms. I know they've like super refined their like metal for Apple users, but yeah. Anyway, it's just weird right now. We're getting 60 FPS. That's fine. As long as it can stay like that, we'll be okay with it. Oh. But yeah, Tron Bike. Oh, this will be fun. How you doing, Ewan? Okay, let's do the bicycling thing. Dude, what I overheard was your normalized power. What did you say? 490 or 480 for that freaking race? There's something weird going on. And hear me out. Dude, that's nuts, man. Hear me out. I went back yesterday and looked at all of the times for that route, both B and A's. One thing I found really interesting was even the top level A's finished around the same time as like mid, like B3s. And that really got me like questioning how they're dealing with the draft right now. Because usually there's a pretty significant gap between, you know, A1 at least, and some of the mid-tier B divisions. Sometimes, like, a B1 race can be really close to, like, an A1 race. That's one thing why, like, A races are a little more tactical. So sometimes people will, you know, reserve, you know, power kicks or, you know, have strategy where one person will attack, then another person will attack. But real blobby to you in your tour ride? Yeah, there's something interesting. It was just weird to see all the times literally within like 10 to 15 seconds of each other, no matter what. So I don't know. It's almost like there was a speed wall. And like as long as you were up near that, I don't know. This is all speculation. I just found it really weird that frickin' watching OMG do their super epic breakaway and they were only like 10 seconds faster than the B group. And we only had like, it wasn't like our blob was blown apart after like the first half of the first lap. So it's not like we had like 100 people just the whole race. It's just weird. I don't know what's been going on. It's like beta testing a Zwift version dude, seriously. Keeps it fresh. Yeah. Is this a week that the meta will suit my my riding style? If not, just wait for next week. But I don't know. That could just be pure paranoia and conspiracy. But it's just very weird that all the times we're so close together. 460 for 20. God damn, dude. There were some weird times. There were some weird times where some of our strong riders got dropped out on that last wall climb too, which was just super weird. There's still a weird thing I think with gaps, but it didn't feel that bad to me like it did last time on the last draft physics. But yeah, I'm creating a conspiracy theory that's how they're nerfing the Zwift speed now, is that they're just applying a speed cap. Keep it you got a ride. Oh, nice. Yeah, who are you riding with? Can I play the game, please? I guess not. Oh, there we go. Hey, Zwift is letting me play the game. Zwift Scotland. I guess. They're okay. Yeah, I hit up Dan, Red. He said, I think he was a little worried because he knows that you're a strong rider, and he was like, you know, we're all a bunch of just like, you know, hang out together, you know. We're not looking to like smash on the front, so I'm like, oh, don't worry. Nico's a team player. And he said, okay, I'll let you know if anything opens up, but glad you found a team. Hey, Macbeth, I'm just enjoying it for the day. I rode it yesterday, and I'm like, meh, let's play around on this bike for a little bit. I'm giving myself a little bit of a break from the steel frame, just because yesterday just destroyed my legs. How are you doing? How are you doing? I only did that race once. I don't know how you got in a second race on that course. That's just crazy. You must be destroyed today. Yeah, if you don't know, guys, Macbeth did 2 ZRL races yesterday. Craziness. Could get hella smoked. I doubt that, Red. I think you'll do just fine. You'll, of course, have the growing pains of just starting out again, but I don't think you'll have an issue. I think it's mostly the mental right now for you. At least that's what I'm hoping, because the mental is like, you know, just fix, you know, once you're out there, you'll feel better. Be mom. Be mom. Nair did Atlantic, ZRL, and then did his critical... How the hell? Did you ever get yours in, Ewan? Dude, that's crazy. Like, I feel that was basically a critical power test in the race. At least for the shorter intervals. Next week? Nice. Do you know if Barney got his in? Dude, it was just a bad day for critical power tests, man. Weird seeing the Tron bike. Okay, so another little small update. Barney's just an idiot. Well, you know, we can't hate him for being an idiot. But he can't help that. No, wait. No, I have that backwards. You're supposed to hate on people for things they can't help. Damn, I have it backwards. The Euro aliens, they're riding again, aren't they? I don't know if they've been very... Dude, it's weird. I think it's just distorted because I joined in on all of the hype during lockdowns, and like all of the Zwift communities were just huge. And everyone was just talking so much. Every Discord was super active, but now it's like, especially INC, nobody talks over there anymore. It is just a ghost town. It's weird. A lot of them are not racing with INC anymore. A lot of the ladies went over to Socks for Watts or Riot. A lot of people are racing with like Riot now. Oh, I mean, sure, Ewan. Maybe one day I can ride with them and experience what it's like to get dropped in the first 5 minutes. I hear it can be a great learning experience. I'm still waiting for Next to make me an honorary mascot so I can just rock their kit. Though, I hate to say it because the Next kit is top tier. But just nothing really compares to this one. Not really. But I would still wear it because I'm just that good of a guy. Something I need to do on it. Oh. Oh man, I just absolutely love. how well epidemic sound works. Oh, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, gotta go. I always forget these events have so many people, and if you join in the last 5 minutes, you are way at the back. Only try hard, yeah. Yeah, it's those people are toxic anyway. All right. Bathroom, and then let's do the thing. I'll try and I'm not gonna try and hang on the kickers, but I'll try and at least stick nearer to the front. We'll see. Has Next ever talked about fielding more WTRL TTTs? Do they even run teams? I feel like they have. I don't know if they still do. Do they even ride bikes? No, they ride rocket ships. Confirmed. I really wish I could watch I really wish Next and OMG were in the same race time. They ride you in, yeah. But yeah, if anybody didn't see the OMG race for ZRL yesterday, definitely go back, check out Caleb's, check out Nathan's, and actually VC was on YouTube. So you can check out any of those streams, but it was a very impressive race from OMG. Very, very exciting. But I'm glad that route's behind us. Though I'm not really looking forward to the points race. I might not be racing it, though. That might be the week I'm headed back to California. I love how many people join these events. It's really fun to have, like, super forever draft and blobs to jump on. So I was on with Marblehead the other day and Ride Up, and we were trying to sort out the XP, basically what you would need if they added another 10 levels to Zwift. I think we came up to 1.1 million XP. Should be enough to get you to level 70. So I know that, like, when they add other levels in, they don't just give them to you for free, but if you have the XP banked, as though you would have had that level if it were available, you can get basically into the accelerated program. Yeah, every 5 levels, it adds 10k, so basically what, we're at 50k? I think, I don't know if I think in the current way it's set up, we're at 50k per level from 55 to 60 or something like that. So it'd be what? Yeah. Oh, that's 30k. Oh, okay. Oh, no. Okay, so we determined that it would be around 50K. You know, it'd be 40K for the first 5 levels and 50K for the second. Yeah, I'm thinking they're going to do that, 40 and 50K. I'm thinking they're going to scale it the same way they've been scaling it. Marble was all like super worried. He's like, I wouldn't even get the boost because we missed a 0. There you go. Everyone has that. You know, it'd be really interesting to see how much XP someone like Keith Roy has. Keith Roy being the most ridden Zwift user. Or the French guy. Yeah, the guy that streams. Yeah, they're 2 of the top distance holders on Zwift. The rollers guy, yep. Alexis, yeah, Alexis FFZ, or go Alexis, that's it. Yeah, exactly. Someone like that, I'd love to... Well, Alexis, if he streams again, just keep an eye for when he ends a ride. You can get a look at his XP, or go back, actually, we could probably find a VOD. What would we think? Multiple millions? I'd say at least 3 million to 5, maybe even like 4 or 5 million. We go right up this climb, really? Double XP, we gotta do it. Yep, we are a shameless exploiter, Dimitri. I gotta get the DN jersey, which is the level 70 reward. Ooh, yeah, that's a bike to get. There's like 6 to 8 bikes to get, and that is definitely one of them. Yep, by the derailleur. Full cuppage of it. Whoa. Wow, a lot of people driving this climb. Yeah, what is it? Greatest London Flat tomorrow, guys. I could not be happier with that route choice. I don't know if it's the Brits on our team, but we always do really well on the London courses, even the ones that aren't completely flat. Boomer! Howdy, sir. How you doing? What's been new with you, my friend? Yep, starting to feel that bass back. God, that getting your legs back underneath you when you quit is like the most, I don't know, happy or positive, negative mix that you can have, because you see the gains come quick, but oh man, it's not fun. Yeah, I would only mess with it when you are slotting in, like on the back, hella swing off. It's fun to do that, Red, and it looks good. I don't know if it's the most beneficial way to play with Zwift dynamics, because especially right now with that slingshot, the front rider is actually a big factor to getting the next puller on. So if you like fully slot out, I feel like it would actually slow your team down, unlike IRL. It's like, hold the line until you see them start to move through you. I don't know, it was tough for a while though, because like with the last pack dynamic update, getting to the front was nearly impossible, at least for me. Yeah, that's the key. That's a good tell, Boomer. I'm basically gonna be out here, minus a few short trips at least through the end of the year. The small business my brother and I are putting together has been taking a lot of time. Yeah, dude. It is crazy on like especially like a 90-degree corner, how much distance you can gain on the pack by being able to cut that inside line. Thanks, Boomer. It's fun. It feels nice to be working on something, you know. But I'm trying to find time to just get everything done. Like right now, like there are two things that I really have to do today, and I'm having to figure out which one to do. I currently have one of our vehicles completely, with the front end completely ripped apart in our driveway, and that needs fixed very soon. I don't like just leaving like an inoperable vehicle in the front yard. It's a bit oaky. I guess I can use that term, right? Being here in Oklahoma. So my brother loves tinkering, dude. So he always has something he's into. So it's either paintball guns, building custom paintball guns. That usually comes around every 5-10 years. Vehicles, he's built boats, jet skis. He even got into building bikes. He hates riding bicycles, but he loves just building. So like he built a couple really fun budget bikes. But one thing he's always wanted since he was a kid was to own a street legal monster truck. So he's using this excuse of starting a business around a big truck so that he has an outlet to tinker more. But basically, we're building up a big Ford F450, and we're going to be hauling people out of when they get stuck off-road. Basically, off-road recovery. My brother's mostly built the red truck, and I'm building our secondary vehicle right now. The one, aka the ripped apart one in the driveway. But we got the new CV axles, so I have to put the axle back in, and then the wheel hubs, wheel assembly back on. We did all the ball joints, upper control arm, traction rod. Took off the sway bar. And brand new CV shafts, and basically the whole front end, new bushings and everything. But yeah, so basically my brother wanted to do this, spend a shit ton of money to build this awesome truck, and I'm like, well, let's do something with it. We can't just like, yeah, it's fun, but let's actually like be productive with our time and have it pay for itself in some way. So let's start a freaking business, man. And he's like, all right, let's do it. I'll build the truck, you do everything else. I was like, in all honesty, that's a good deal. A full t-shirt printer today? Dude, red. Seriously, man. If you can have a passion or a hobby at least pay for itself, that can be just a huge win. As long as you can keep it as a passion. I know a lot of times when you monetize passions, the monetization takes over the passion. But if you're able to organize your mind around that, it can be really fun to have your creative outlet pay for itself. Well, you're going to become a pro cyclist. You get to cycle for free. Yeah. Well, see, Boomer, it's easier nowadays. You don't actually have to be good. You can be like me and just be able to talk a lot. And if somebody subs to your channel, I would say that counts as being a professional cyclist. We used to be a professional until we demonetized. Now we're just a retired pro. It is what it is, you know. We enjoy the good times. You know why you never... Well, the thing is, you have to have actual, like, stock, right? You actually have to have a product. And if you eat it all, it kind of defeats the purpose. But you have something going, Race Faith, with your Nutella pizza. You just need to open a sweet pizza eatery to match your glowing personality and oversized heart. But in a good way, not in like a medically worrisome way. Yeah, Nutella pizza. It's gonna be a thing. We need to make it bigger. Everyone must know the way of the Nutella pizza. And not be at the end of the world if it doesn't make money. Yeah. Dude, that's why, like, I think, you know, critical thinking skills are so important. Being able to, you know, separate objective from subjective when need be. And be able to say, oh, hey, just because this product didn't sell 1 million copies, or oh, this content didn't make its normal rounds, doesn't mean you're the failure, right? At least that's what Mom says. So we listen to moms. Moms are all knowing. Pizza Ray, gold mine, Ray. Absolute gold mine. And then you can have a Zwift corner. You know, like those eateries that have like the food challenge? Well, you could give people a way to earn their pizza for free through Zwift racing. It's crazy. There are actually countries in the world that take Zwift racing super serious and have like full-on facilities full of trainers. People race in person with each other. I think that's just so cool. Do the pizza mile. Last one to puke wins. This would go very well with the whole Tour de Donuts races that happen here in the US. We were talking about that the other day. The donuts. The more you can eat, the more you get knocked off your finisher time. 1 order of raised calzone, please. Yes. Nobody does calzone. Well, maybe Barty does, but nobody does calzone like Race Base and Barty. We had a rare sighting with Race Space on stream the other day. Dude, that was sick. It's good to know that you're still in good shape, Race Space. You could not do the donut thing. You could handle maybe 3 or 4. You know, I think that, dude, I feel like you are like somebody who actually understands the assignment when it comes to that donut. Even just thinking about the donut races. I have a hunch that most people who go in initially are like, screw it, if I, you know, take a few extra minutes, you know, deep-throating some donuts. I can eat tons of donuts. This is gonna be easy. This is my special gift as a human. Then you get out there, you eat like 4 or 5 donuts, and then you literally can't even spin. It is truly a strategic endeavor. One guy you saw he ate 10 donuts at the first stop. I might have seen that same video, Boomer. And since I saw that video, I'm now basing everything off of it. Jay Bourne, thank you. Oh, Jason Bourne. Thank you for the ride on. That's a no from you, dog. Yeah. Dude, there is some serious strategy in it. I legitimately think so. Same with like doing like a chocolate milk Alp. There is strategy. Or a beer Alp. You can either choose to learn or be a Ewan. There are only 2 options. Yeah, man. Well, thanks for reminding me, by the way. You were there. Why is this group kind of like pushing? Did we get this spread out just going up that punch out of the aquarium? I think so. Ooh, my saddle does not feel good today. Do you ever get on your bike and just your whole bike fit feels just off? I'm really getting that today. I might try to lower my saddle a little more. Why are there people? Someone said lots of cheaters. This is a group ride, guys. Riding sideways. When I first started Zwifting, I was on my tablet and it would be sitting next to me. So I can completely understand. Yeah, right, Boomer? I mean, let's be real. These are actually the more competitive of events. Join a race, noodle in between all of the hard segments. Join a group ride, you have an attack every 30 seconds. Everything is okay. Extra attacks, yep. Yeah, you want to make it even more of a challenge? Join one with a fence. Dude, I don't know, Boomer. I definitely was on the same page as you, man. I think we just have a lot of people who mostly, like, ride Zwift during event times. And so they jump in these and just want to go all out. But I don't know. We have many people, even in this community, that race these types of rides. I think Nike did one the other day. Doc raced one. I mean, Reten Firewalker loves racing group rides. Hashtag not a race, right? But it is a funny bit to the culture. Good old Firewalker. I haven't seen him in a while. He goes through phases of streaming pretty quickly. Dude, no, I agree, man. It's very funny. I think it's hilarious. It is a legit meme. Want to actually race? Join a group ride. Want a noodle in between segments? Join a race. The slingshot physics are very weird right now. It's almost like the wall isn't put on behind the front riders now, it's put on in front of the front riders. I wonder if that's a thing they can shift. Where the draft wall is like X amount of distance ahead of the front rider of a pack that is still maintaining draft. Dude, Red, for real, man. Next March will be the start of year 4. Or we're actually doing year 4 right now. That'll be the end of year 4. Just wild to think. This is truly like... I feel like in some ways this has condensed reality a bit for me. Is that weird? It's kind of made the last 3 years feel very abridged in some ways. COVID time skip, that too. Definitely that too. Guess I'm just experiencing a global phenomenon we're all dealing with. It truly was like a pause to reality. As weird as that is. Oh, y'all, everyone here in the States, everyone ready for the National Warning System test today? I think it happens in like a little over an hour. Where all of our devices get taken over by the government. All of our TVs, all of our phones, all of our computer, everything is being taken over by our government right now, today. Straight up. It's funny, but true. Enjoy my ride in my nuke morning. Thanks. Enjoy your food. You know, one thing that I thought was a very weird thing, speaking on emergency systems, notifications, the amount of frickin' Amber Alerts that happen out here in Oklahoma. It is wild. 1 to 2 times a week. No hyperbole, guys. 1 to 2 times a week. My phone will start just going crazy, telling me somebody's been abducted. What's going on with people in Oklahoma? Yes, more hugs. More hugs. This is actually a fairly good blob, I found. Like, they're not slouching on the climbs, but they're not hammering them. I bet a lot of people go for KOMs and PRs on these types of rides too. I know a lot of people, that's how they basically find their enjoyment in riding, is through KOMs. As somebody who's never possessed my own KOM, I don't understand the fuss, but it looks like some people get a lot out of it. Oh, do we have another blob catching up to us? It looks like we do. Guys, it is really nice as a light rider having steering. It is truly an advantage currently. There were so many times during the ZRL race that I just was fully off to the side of the draft. Victor, what are you doing up at this horrendous hour? How you doing? This is a great route. Did you eat your vegetables? I sure hope so. Otherwise, no dessert. I'm doing all right. Feeling some semblance of my old self coming back after yesterday. Started on Monday, really, but finally feel like I actually have my normal energy levels again, even though I have not been sleeping well. I'll tell you, once you embrace the ways of the triathlete, those things don't bother you as much. Just more lube for the inner thighs. Chafing is not advised. No, I'm a poser, Victor. I'm a poser. I do need to start swimming again, though. I noticed some insane effect to my my base on the bike. I could like ride comfortably at like an extra 10 BPM. Probably had to do with the fatigue, but I definitely did notice that relative feel was not bad. But yeah, that swimming leveled me up. I really want to get back into that. You tell everyone you train. See, that's the thing, Victor, right? Eventually, I'll stop talking and conquer my physical inabilities. I was really close to being able to participate in an event in October, or September, the beginning of September. But unfortunately, I got sick and injured leading into the event, and I had to scratch. It's just the nature of it. It's so frustrating, guys. I'll tell you, it's so frustrating. The amount of times I've trained for an event that I've been taken out of within the last like 3 weeks to a month beforehand due to frickin' Ellers. One of the biggest times that happened in my life was when I used to be a competitive figure skater. And guys, if you haven't heard that story, yes, that is a true story. I used to be a competitive figure skater. I lost my bid to nationals because of injury, because my knees were so messed up that I had to stop skating. Luckily, really good right now, Victor. If there's any small ray of sunshine we can take out of how I was basically down for most of October, all of the little aches and pains had time to recover. No shirt, figure skater, who was my boyfriend. Hey, I had a lady partner, okay? That's how I reasoned it with my own self in my head. I skated with a lady partner. But yeah, you're not wrong. Actually, not no shirt, bedazzled sequined shirts with rhinestones and velvet. It was lovely. Oh, ladyboy. I mean, I can't tell you, I can't confirm or deny that. Well, she does have kids now, so maybe that helps, but at the time I wouldn't have known. Actually, hold on a second, guys. Let me see if I can make your day a little bit brighter. Probably hard to find some of these photos, but we'll see. Heteroflexual, yeah, very, very flexual. Actually, anti-flexual. If we're being serious. Because god dang, that was actually what took me out, was my inability to flex. Let me see if I have any photos. This is gonna take... I don't know if I was on social medias back in this time in my life. So, this will probably just be wasted. Guys, you ever go and scroll through old photo libraries and you're just like, damn. Oh, there's... I guess I'll pull this up for you guys so you can see it too. No need to hide it. That's at Pikes Peak. When I was driving home from Iowa with my buddies. That's my sister and two of my best friends from college. We did a 6-day road trip halfway across the US together. Stopped off a bunch on the way. Back in the day, I used to be a fire juggler. Fun little known fact about me. Fire juggling. Ceramics. Oh, all sorts of crazy shit. It would be way down at the bottom if it was there. This is road riding in Iowa during the winter. Half of that's salt and half of that's snow. Yeah, I'm here again. Mostly through the end of the year, but with some small stop-offs back home for some work. Do not looking back on your socials? Oh, really? Yeah, I see that too. I like reminiscing on some of the fun times. This was college. This was my sister getting into the Cities program, which is a advanced meditation program where you learn how to fly. Seriously. Look up yogic flying. It is a thing. Oh man, back in my mountain biking days, guys. This is me and my buddy Marcel at the top of what's called 1800, which is the entrance to one of the greatest trails in California called the Bonsai Pipeline. No affiliation with the pipeline in Oahu. Here's the baby goats. I helped birth a couple of baby goats back when we had goats. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna... We're getting near to the end of it. This was college. This was in Hawaii. And I think this is kind of when I started social media. It was back in 2010. Or 2009. When I went off to college. My first away college. There's some black sand beach. This is actually near Sunset Beach, which is... Or no, this is still still on the Big Island. There's Kilauea. This is the caldera. You can actually walk through it, and it's hot as hell, guys. Luckily, I brought shoes. Screw me for streaming only when you need to take... Aw. Hey, priorities, Victor. Tell him to wipe his own booty. All right, man. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. We're going to continue. See if we can find any of our photos as a figure skater. I really don't think they're going to be here, but I might as well try. Way too many photos of the Big Island. Oh, some wave photography. This is something I would love to get more into. And green sand beach. This is a very rare one, guys. I know it's not super green, but from far away, it's pretty green. Oh, will do. Yep. I'll send you copies of it so that you can have them on demand. Oh, this was my senior photo, guys. What do you think? Look at that horrible hairdo. Oh my God. Me swimming with dolphins. God, that's so stupid. I look back at those photos and just giggle at myself. Loki! Hey man, we are going back through history right now. Oh, here's a fun one, guys. Do you know where this is? Horrible picture, I know. Brownie points if you know where this is. Here, I have more photos. There you go. If you don't know this, that's a good one. I know what happened, huh, Loki? Guys, this is Stairway to Heaven. Something like 3,000 steps up the side of a cliff on these old raggedy things up to an old World War II communication tower. Am I still with my group? I hope I got dropped. Gonna wind up a bit, see if I can reel them back. Probably not, though. But this hike is on private property. You're not technically allowed to go here. Well, you can climb it once you're there. It's just getting there that's the issue. Because you have to go through private land, allegedly. I can neither confirm nor deny I did such horrendous acts. Oh, back before I knew how to photograph. This is a view of Kaneohe, though, from the first lookout on that hike. You have to go up early to avoid basically getting arrested. And so that's how you always start the hike, is like this. Just climbing up into a void. Up nearly a vertical. Oh God, cringe as hell. Get the hell out of here. Cringe. Cringe. So cringe. Oh God, I used to be so ridiculous. This was campus. These were the housing units here. This was mine, Malia, and this was my room just to the left of the door. Very annoying room to have because anytime anyone forgot their key card, I had to let them in. Owen Wilson. Wow. Yeah, I used to never get my hair cut, so it'd get just completely raggedy. These are some of my roommates and some of my friends. This is Monowili Fall, guys. Another iconic place. There's a ledge here, about 30 feet up you can jump from, but then there's a ledge over here that's about 60 feet up, and people jump off of it. I only did it once, and that was enough. You can't see the jump. It's a blind jump, so it's a bit intimidating. And I usually do not have issues with heights, but that was a bit intimidating. Blindly jumping off a cliff. Full droppage. Well, we're coming up to the climb right now. So, up some banyans. Banyan trees are so cool. Oh man, our buddy Joe, he was in a wheelchair, and dude, he would play it. He was in his own words, he was a sit-down comedian. So I'm not being insensitive because that was what he said. He used to play pranks on people all the freaking time. He was so, oh man, everyone loved him. There were times like he'd get onto the floor and like put his wheelchair on top of him and wait for like a girl to come downstairs and be like, help me, help. And just make sure that at least two videos were, or two people were recording at the time. Dude, it was so good. He was such a great guy. He actually grew up on the North Shore, so he was a Hawaiian native. So he was actually he was cool to hang out with because he knew all of the insider things. He knew all the tricks. All the places to go, all the places not to go. And he was just he truly embodied Ohana. Everyone was his brother, sister, auntie, nephew. Just such a really beautiful way to live. And praised for that because that was basically all the help that Maui got was from family, locals. I had just got an underwater camera, guys. If you can't tell, I was a little overzealous with my underwater camera. I still have it. My freedive fins. Oh my god, I am about to break Facebook. It's having so much trouble buffering these. One of my roommates. My roommate's prospect. Yeah, I think literally these are my first photos. This is just at Wikes. This is down in Waikiki. It was so easy to get around the islands, guys. It was so freaking easy. Public transportation in Hawaii is amazing. Especially if you have a pass. You can go anywhere in no time. Cringe, 20-year-old Pookie. Pookie when he was 20. Oh, this was a charity fundraiser. A guy I met who was going to the school with me literally fell $1,000 short for tuition. And I was able to raise it for him in 2 days. We're still really good friends. Oh my god, is that? Oh no. I thought that was someone else. Oh my god, all my friends are so young. This was my first car. That was not me. This was parked in my driveway when this happened. Some chick hopped up on pills, drove through our front fence, and drove my car into the side of my room. I miss this car so much. Man, that was such a great car. Somehow, the $5,000 of stereo equipment that was in the back didn't get damaged, though. Neither did the custom trunk fitting that I built. It was all external, even though it's that smashed. My brother and I used to do a lot of car audio. This was my trunk. And then, if you looked behind that, facing the other way, this was on the back side of the sub box. If you put down the back seat, this is what you saw. I eventually put in 2 of these Eclipses so that I could run a full 8 channels. Oops. But yeah, I used to do custom stereo work back when it was easy. Now, guys, you can't really do much custom stereo work. Oh man, I miss this car so much. It was so pretty, so elegant, such good lines. Everybody told me I'd miss it when I lost it. And I can, for a fact, say that that is true. This was a marine survey I was doing back in college. I was doing ecological biodiversity sampling. Oh, my prom date. My mom date. Wow, some of these photos. Did I like switch? Oh, I did. I was like, what is going on? Oh no. Okay, I'm not gonna do that again. Well, you don't get any more of it. Sorry, guys. I'm not gonna scroll through it again. I'll have to find it, though. I'll have to find it. Oh, one of the articles. I will never forgive this guy. Saif. I wrote an article. He asked me to write an article for his fashion magazine about our Mount Elbrus climb. Motherfucker put his name on the fucking article. As though he had written it. He didn't change a word. He didn't even correct one of the spelling mistakes I made. Dude, I was so pissed. That was I had some real mental demons I was fighting at that point. And it was a very destructive thing when he did that. Because I did this documentary. I slaved over it. I was the only one. I did the shooting. I paid my way. I bought all my gear. I edited it. I submitted it to a bunch of festivals. I did everything. And then basically all the people who were supposed to help promote, they either completely ditched me or took my work as their own. And that really messed with me, and I was not in a place that I was able to fight it mentally. And that led into my knee issues. That led into a dark time. Luckily, it wasn't the longest of dark times. Actually, the surgeries, getting my knee fixed and stuff, was kind of the out from when I was dealing with that depression. I was really depressed, hurting, everything hurt. But then I got myself fixed up, and it was all good after that. Well, it's been better since college. No photo description. Oh my God. Not safe for work because it's in a bathroom. This was out in Iowa, or no, this was Louisiana. This is NOLA. This was my sister's 21st or 22nd birthday. Me and our group of friends went down to NOLA. It's the longest single duration of time that I've been drunk ever and ever planned to be. I think the 72, 96 hours, 4 days of being drunk. I do not recommend that. That is very stupid. Oh, here we go, guys. Some of my fire juggling. Oh, this is fun. Cool. My sister actually got into photography before me. Look at that one. That was with poi. I was not good with poi. I did daisy sticks, devil sticks, these things. Oh, our starlet. This was one of my brothers and my most fun projects we did. This is a KP61 starlet. And if you guys don't know, it has a bit of a reputation and is a very rare vehicle. It is a 3-door hatchback with rear-wheel drive and amazing weight distribution. And we did a supercharged 1.64 AG motor and swapped it in with water-to-air intercooling and many suspension modifications from a company called T3. Oh, back in the day, guys. This was a group I played with for a while. This is at Wildflower. This is the Avia Wild, or used to be called the Avia Wildflower. One of the best most fun triathlons in the world, according to people who've done it. And this, guys, you might not know who this is, even people who are into triathlon. This is Scott Tinley. Scott Tinley is one of the greatest triathletes ever. There's even a race named after him. The Scott Tinley in Southern California. It's an Ironman, but not through, I think it's a full course. Not Ironman, but pretty sure it's a full course. This was, oh, here's me at the skating rink. This is where I used to do my figure skating. This was every year we had a party, basically, with fun races and things. So you get on this little, like, frickin' penny board thing, looking thing, and you drive one lap around the course, switch places, and do it again. And then this was my ballroom dancing crew. Bruce and Jason were my two main guys, and then Joey here was our instructor. We became really, really good friends with him because we ended up bringing in a lot of young people into the ballroom dance scene, where it's usually more reserved for older people. So there, these are my my capped swing shoes. This was at a dance in my zoot. I think I showed you guys this one. This was me coming up from a breath hold when I was doing that marine survey. Back then, I used to be able to hold my breath for over 2 minutes underwater. This was me with my freediving fins. I still have them. I haven't used them in a decade. Hawaii friends. More Hawaii friends. Man, that was a good time. That was a really, really good time. Oh, here we go. More ball. This was my ballroom dance partner right here. This was Rose. Rose is a freaking legend. She's so cool. Don't. But isn't it okay if I do it on the downhill? That's okay, right? How you doing, man? I'm just reliving some beautiful years of my life. I used to be into some weird things, man. At least I liked it, though. That was, oh yeah. This was a friend of mine, Kayla. The dance was All That Jazz. Start the car, I know a whoopee spot where the gym is cold, but the piano's hot. This was Halloween in Oahu. Hawaii Halloweens are crazy. Oh my god. Hawaii freaking Halloweens. And now we're back down to the beginning. Yep, we're near the bottom. That's the bottom. My jazz crew. Oh, check that out. This was my old jazz band. Back in high school. Guys, some of you guys know Connor. He's done a couple cameos here on stream. There's Connor Jones. There's good old Connor back when he had his big old mop of hair, dude. Yeah, dude, I'm just reliving some old times, man. How are you doing, Omega? Looking through. I was looking for some photos. It randomly came up. I used to be a competitive figure skater, and I was looking for photos of myself in my sequined and bedazzled outfit. Unfortunately, I couldn't find it, but we found some cool things. Whoever was here before, if anyone knows this is Stairway to Heaven. I was just talking about that about 15 minutes ago, but if you guys just got here, it's a very, very insane but fun hike up the side of a cliff. So many blowers in that group. Doesn't it suck? Oh, man. That was such a fun time in my life, but I was such a freaking idiot. This literally encapsulates me back in the day. This right here encapsulates Pookie as a just freshly out of teenage years. Oh, man. Fun times. This was Central Coast Sectionals. This was the honor band. My senior year, I made honor band, where they take all the best musicians in the state. And let's just say that I did not belong there. Oh, here we go, guys. That's Daddy-O. I took him up Stairway to Heaven. There's Dad and me. Dang, before his hair was gray. Before my hair was gray. Oh, shit. Before my frickin' hair was gray. Was that me? I'll take that. No, I was cringe, dude. I was so cringe. But I guess we all were, weren't we? Oh, man. This was my ex-girlfriend. She ended up passing away from a rare form of cancer. She was a freaking ray of sunshine. The world is not a better place now. It is a little worse off when that happened. This is the entrance. This is where you're not allowed to pass. We had come out. But this is the do not dare go towards the Stairway to Heaven. Haiku stairs closed. Do not enter. Do not collect $200. You know, it's kind of fun. I look back at it and I look back at it with a smile, Omega. I really do. I look back at it with a smile. But at the same time, I still acknowledge how freaking cringe I was. This was the Haunted Bamboo Forest. This was only the locals knew this way in and out of the Stairway to Heaven. And this was the better way to go. It saved you about 30 minutes on getting to the place. So you could get to the, you could get there later and enjoy more of the climb during the day instead of in pitch blackness. But literally after about 5 a.m., they have a guy set up here, a security guard, with a booth, a tent, and literally just sights people as they come out. Or he sights people who are trying to get in. If you come out, he won't give you a ticket. So if he catches you going in, it's lights out. And there's Connor in his, this is Connor's natural form right here, if you are wondering. This was my first bike. Guys, this was my first bike. This was the Road Hare. I still have this bike and it still works very well. I want to fully rebuild it. It still has some campy stuff down here too, original campy stuff. Yeah, oh dude, you heck yes, I thought you'd recognize that, man. Yeah, my buddy Josh and we did the ride up from Monterey to Santa Cruz along the Pacific Coast Trail. And then the next day we came back. Look at that. Ooh. This is the lighthouse at Makapu'u Point. Yeah, Makapu'u. This is a paved hike, and it goes up and overlooks. That's Sea Life Park down there. There's Kalanianaole, and then Kailua over there. And then this bay over here is Kaneohe Bay, just over here. This is all Kailua Bay. Long coastline of Kailua Bay right there. Yeah, all sorts of craziness. And then this was back in Iowa recently. All right, fun times. Oh, Casey. Hey, sorry, dude. I missed your raid. How's it going? Hold on, let me give you that shout out. How you doing, man? What'd you get into today? Casey, I need to talk to you about something, actually, if you're here. Something I noticed. I don't know what's going on with it. but it is something I noticed. Hey, thanks, Ride Up. How do you feel, man? That was tough. And guys, here we have a new shout-out engine powered by AI. Meet CS Tricks, a 4-time USA Cycling Illinois State TT champion who swapped the real-life track for virtual world of Zwift. They're an amateur Cat 4 cyclist and triathlete, but don't let that fool you. Their streams are anything but amateur. From lunchtime races to team time trials, they're always pushing the pedals to the metal. That's facts right there. Recent broadcasts like racing repeats, let's all stay calm. Little races for huge humans. Show their humor and dedication. Tune in to see them race in Watopia or join Team Experimental online. There you go, guys. In case you were wondering who Casey is. Oh, he did? Man. I don't know how you raced again today, Ride Up. And dude, I don't know how you did, Casey. Okay, anyway. Backing up. Casey, I was looking back at all of the finisher times from basically the B races all the way up through the A races. There was barely 20 or 30 seconds between the low Bs and the highest of As on yesterday's course. Does that not seem a little weird? Like 20 to 30 seconds? Like I was watching the OMG race yesterday. Our blob would have come in at the same time as the chase pack that was 30 seconds behind OMG. Dude, all the times were like, it was very weird, dude. And I don't know what there is behind it. If it was just coincidence due to the course. But Nathan was commenting, he's like, how did these bees, like these bees were good enough for 6th place in our race? What the heck is going on? I don't know what's causing it, but I did notice it. That's what I was thinking, dude. It's like there's a terminal velocity that's been applied. This is all speculation, but I did find it extremely odd how close all the times were. I would have expected, maybe a minute, between like a B3 and an A1, but I don't know. Definitely something to look into. I'm kind of thinking that, Casey, and this is just from my observation. And when Nathan brought it up, he's like, how did these bees go so fast? I was like, yeah, that doesn't seem right. That's 100% weird. That's not right at all. You wish you were crawling around and paid more attention to not getting dropped. Dude. I don't know how the front group had any energy for a sprint. It was gnarly. I couldn't even... I got red numbers for like 1 or 2 seconds, and then I was like down at 7 to 8 watt per kilo. And it was just horrid. And I took the turn, and I attacked the turn wrong. You lost it on the last climb in the first lap. Oh, man. The second one was harder. So, the second KOM was easier, but the second pot bank was harder. We had like about 7 people, at least in our group, that were just like hammering up that. They ended up separating. I don't know if they ended up getting the breakaway. I think we all came together in the finish sprint, but it was pretty gnarly. Yeah, I started the climb at 11 watt per kilo and settled in around 6. And then when we crested over into like the lower elevation, or the lower elevation gain, I dropped it down closer to 5 and was just slowly getting walked off the back. Luckily, there was enough of a train for me to keep going. Very thankful for a feather on that wall each lap. Yeah. I'm glad I had it the second lap. The first lap, I saved that darned anvil. Guys, actually, when I was looking back, I completely missed a power-up. I didn't get my second KOM power-up. I was holding onto my feather through the start-finish banner, or after the start-finish banner. Dude, it was nuts, right up. The only reason I think I was able to get on was that both times I timed the slingshot just perfectly. because it doesn't matter if you're the strongest rider. If anyone saw Weebles race, we all know Weebles is literally one of the strongest riders on all of the virtual cycling platforms, whatever one you choose. And he hit that climb so freaking hard, but he mistimed the slingshot, and there was no getting back. There was nothing he could do. Holding 500 watts for the next like 3 or 4 minutes did nothing. He just slowly slipped off because he didn't maintain his momentum, and he could never get it back, and they just kept sailing. I saw him go, and he put down like 700-800 watts, and everyone just walked right past him like he hadn't even kicked. Timing is so key right now. But my thought was, I wonder if they added that super draft wall, if they found a way to extend it in front of a little more the first rider, so as not to affect maybe rider 3 or 4. I know. Those short spiky efforts and his dangerous ride up, those are the type of shit that will get us catted up, because the watts might not be insane, but apparently if you have like an 8 watt per kilo kick for anything over 30 seconds, that's basically enough to cat you in due to critical power alone. Next week, yeah, it's a points race too, huh? So hopefully a little less insane. Hey, right up. Hey, Lumophile, how are you, man? You got your mind all sorted? I saw Weebles did you so dirty yesterday. Speaking of Weebles. An interesting shell of a man. I think there are like 3 reasons for that state of being, and that is definitely one of them. Casey, I don't know how you have your... Casey, you just recover so freaking fast. You're able to put out such comparable efforts day in and day out. It's insane. Anytime I get up to Casey's level, I usually am able to maintain it for a month, 2 months, and then it just destroys me. But yeah, as a light rider, you're more likely to get catted up. If you're already a competitive in your division, you're more likely to get catted up as a light rider. .407, 4, 449, 446. I'm the second number, by the way. 6.33, 6.53, 10.84, 10.82. You have me beat on endurance over 10-minute efforts, or over 5-minute effort. Yep, the watt gap. Yep, that's a thing right up. And I know it's a small subset of the community of us that have to deal with that, which is why I rarely complain about it, but it is an issue. It really is a thing. Like, if you put me in a TT and I am literally 1 watt below the watt cap, and you have somebody else who's 1/100th below the watt per kilo cap and has more raw watts, they'll slap me. They'll slap me. We saw it when I did the Bologna Omnium race. I had the highest watt per kilo and came in 6th or 7th, And if I had gone any more, I would have got catted up. I was literally within 3 watts of getting catted up on that race. So if I had gone harder, I would have got DQ'd. Yet these other people in front of me were able to stay within category because they are a properly sized adult human. Hi, Vinny. How you doing, man? Good to see you. I heard you made some waves yesterday. I didn't see your race, but I heard you made some gnarly waves in your race. Oh, man. For like the last 2 years, Lumophile, 2 times I've got actually catted up into A. One time was straight up the event I did right before I got my hip replacement, so I never got to race in A after that. Like, I raced in A, but as an official A, I never got to race. I only ever raced B, or I only ever raced A category as a B. But then, right before I got really sick and started having my hip issues when I was training for that 70.3, I was A. I got A after the K4K chase race this last year. That was enough to cap me up by 2 watts. I think I got 150, no, it was 150, so 5 watts. I got over the cap by 5 watts. Back waves? Really, Ivan? Yeah, someone was saying that you were playing some mental chess and destroying some people. I'm trying to think who I was reading it in a chat. That is a gnarly course, isn't it, man? I don't know. I honestly, I couldn't believe that I was able to hang on even for the finish sprint, especially after literally being in the bottom 5 placements for the first 2 races. What's gonna happen when they drop the A through D cats? Oh my God, hopefully something good. When they can finally incorporate proper progression into Zwift. It's just so tough, though. Let's be real. Like, someone, like, for me, for example, I'll use me as a case study. I might, like, at that time, I could, like, cat up into A. But then, like, I got sick for a week, and it literally knocked, like, 30 watts off my FTP. And it's like, okay. So if someone takes a week off, they legitimately drop a category if they're like me. Maybe not everyone does, but I do. And then they have to somehow sort that out. I'm saying do it, and don't make me not have to do it, because I am definitely not going to be good at it. But somebody better figure it out. Sprint up the whole pot bank. Yeah, do you see him and Vegan Cyclist doing their thing? And then frickin', dude, OMG was crazy. They kept bridging up to each other. I kept being like, what are you guys doing? You're closing in on your breakaways. Turns out, no, they're just doing their own breakaway. Just race rankings based on results. That's how it should be. It's just tough, I think, because, like in chess, I'm sure you can get rusty by not practicing, right? But what is the... You know, if you're like a really accomplished chess player, what is the recovery back if you like take some time off from chess? Like, I say this because I know that the chess ranking system is one of the best in the world. It's just cycling. It's like, if someone takes off for the summer, like they may legitimately drop a category or 2. But then because they're that fit, it might be only a couple weeks before they're back to where they were. Or they might be of a different constitution. It might take them a month or 2 to get back. So I don't know. I don't know the answer. Of course, it's okay. People racing were strong. Very strong. The only thing that was really nice about it was, at least in our group, was that between most of the kickers, I was able to do blue and gray, which is good because I was not recovering. And if I had to hold green, blue, I would have been in some serious hurt. Mental efforts with the ranking system. I say that just to kind of like, you know, as a speculation, but we need those. We need a results-based ranking system that's better than the Z-Power score, that doesn't actually do anything other than make you realize you're probably gonna get slapped by this person. I did, yeah. I did. Sorry for the spoiler. I was able to hang on at least to the finish sprint. I did not have a good finish sprint, but you at least get a view from the front of the race. But Ivany, I was actually just talking about this. Your guys' race, as well as other A1 races, were only like 20 seconds maximum faster than some of the like B3 races. So I don't know what's going on with the draft right now, but I would have expected a couple minutes difference between A1 and like a B3. Like 1 to 2 minutes, not 20 seconds. It was very, very weird. And then I started looking into it. Most of the B and A divisions were within like 20 seconds of each other. Didn't matter which one. And I thought that was just the weirdest thing. And I do not have an explanation for it. I have a couple very loose hypotheses around it. Less mass and more sitting between the hills. Yeah, that's true. See, that's another thing. We had a big crowd, but I don't think, like, unless our first lap was just nutty fast, by the second lap, we were only like 30, I think. So, not a small group, but nothing like 60 to 100. Promotion, regulation, agreed. Agreed. Stickiness on the climbs. In small groups, it was really hard to pass or break ahead of people. Huh. Maybe that's why I felt like I was slowly slipping even on the climbs. Dude, I know. And not only that, just it would make racing just more fun. Like, we got a guy, and no hate, but he's like 50 kilo, and he averaged 4.4 watt per kilo in our race, and he's won every single race this season. And he has a history of winning A races. And it's just like, come on. And then there were another 3 people ahead of me that had a 4.1 at over 330 watts. And it's just like, damn. Like, no hate on them, but it's just like the difference between them and the people that get dropped on the first climb might as well be the difference between like B and C or B and D even. Like, it's just crazy. You would ride beside someone doing 1.5 to 2 more and be stuck. That shouldn't happen because you have a good raw wattage as well. That should not happen for you. There are some things I really like about this draft, but now the more I'm looking back on it, there are some things I'm noticing that I'm like, eh. Oh, here we go, guys. The National Emergency Service is taking over our devices. This is a test of the National Wireless Emergency Alert System. The purpose is to reprogram the nanobots. The purpose is to maintain and improve alert for local. Purpose is to maintain and improve alerts and warning capabilities at the federal, state, and local, tribal, and terrestrial level. What do you know? My device has been taken over and we've been reprogrammed. How are you all? Have you consumed today? Have you purchased above your means today? You had to break with a spike in watts? Yeah, it is. So here's the thing though, Ivany, as a light rider, traditionally I've had to do that always. Maybe that's why I didn't notice it as much. Because in order for me to go around people, unless they are of a similar size and weight to me, I usually have to kick 1 to 2 watt per kilo above them. Or more even, to actually get some movement. So I wonder if that effect's been amplified for, you know, properly sized humans. Overall, you think it's better. Just a few tweaks. I like it better than 4.1. I know a lot of people really liked 4.1, but it impossible for me as a light rider to do anything but sit on the back. Or sit on the front. Like, those are my only two options. $67 kilo, but I've been as light as 64. I've heard that actually 63 to 64 kilo is one of the toughest weight brackets to be in for Zwift racing. Due to just how the physics works. In between this and last week would probably be best. Yeah, kind of, huh? Because the slingshot was nuts. I watched Weebles get dropped because of the slingshot, and I kept from being dropped because of the slingshot. It is gnarly. It reminds me of, like, even almost 2.0 slingshot physics. Not nearly as dramatic, but kind of in between 3 and 2 with the slingshot. It's like it has the movements of 3, but a lot of the slingshot of 2. Dude, right up. Those first 2 races, man, they were messed up. That first race in Scotland, when we started on a freaking downhill, I nearly got dropped within the first 3 minutes of the race on the downhill. That was a shit race. I got dropped on the Breakaway Bray lead-in climb within the first, 10-12 minutes. Not only that, I got dropped all the way off the back. Not even, had a puberty there. Not even able to hang on to the chase group. You did drills on Fox? Oh, Wise. Only Wise is up. More like. So here's the thing, I get caught up on this a lot. I don't want watt per kilo to be king in Zwift, necessarily, because I like the reality of if somebody's stronger than you, they're going to go faster than you. But that was just ridiculous. Right up, that's the thing. You're my muse. I'll just channel your energy. You can blame me for getting dropped because I stole 10 of your watts. I'm thinking of that Indy Velo race too. Though you did pretty good on that race. I remember seeing the graphs after that race. Dude, Indy Velo can be traumatizing. But I feel like that's more realistic. Like, come on, if I'm doing 180 or 160 watts in the pack, and I'm going like 45 miles or 45 kph, how am I liking it? I haven't been on in a while. Actually, I've only been on once in the last month. Thank you, Dan. Have there been any significant changes recently? I mean, I know there's always changes, but... I don't know what it was. I think it might have something to do with kind of like why Marblehead did it, as well as other issues. But Marblehead did bring up a good point in that once they started bringing in more opinions, it was like everyone just wanted Zwift 2.0. Everyone just wanted that stuff to happen. FRR Tour France has a Bologna IT. FRR. Anytime I see that, I say no. You think ZRL's hard? Race the the French Rhabdo race series for serious efforts. None of these childish ZRL efforts. Yeah, that's happened. Yeah, it's true, man. It's just like the last time I jumped on, the UI looked more similar to Zwift, and I was like, wait, what is going on? I liked the UI before. You know, there's differences. But then I saw like the workout UI, and I was like, that's Zwift. Like, it just started looking more and more like Zwift. That's not the whole reason I haven't been on but once in the last month. Zwift just is Zwift. But I mean, I've still subscribed to Indie Velo. I still think that, especially now that RGT's done their thing, or Wahoo did their thing with RGT, I think Indie Velo is even more valuable than before. Though, Ivany, I haven't been on the Discord in a while, so I don't know if people are talking about this. Fondo.cc. Check out that website, www.fondo.cc. It is a very interesting... You're chatting about that? I just learned about that this week. It looks pretty damn good. It looks... I mean, I know it's just all promotional and early material, so it's probably not as glorious as it looks right now, but the concept of being able to ride anywhere virtually, that's pretty big. Yes, dude. Yes, and then add in the procedural generation. The thing is it's built off of Unreal. So I'm guessing that it won't network very well with Indie Velo. You know, it depends, Ivany, because the new Unreal Engine 5, what is it, 5 and 5.5, combined with the upscaling technologies they have now, like FSR and DLSS, which basically amplify your frames on a cheaper system and give you better, you know, graphics and things. Like, and that all is native within Unreal. They just have to turn it on. Feature kills game, though. Yeah, right up. They will have to get around that, but I'll be real, man. If I could just, like... If I could ride and show you guys, like, Big Sur. Like, yeah, it's a little unique because I'm streaming, and, I always have you guys or have some people around to hang out with or chat with, or at least I have an outlet to just talk to the wall at the very least, right? But I could straight up, like, take you on rides through where I live, show you some of the really unique areas, do, like, local tour stuff. I don't know if the novelty would hold. I mean, we see, like, Ruby and Full Gas, and they haven't exactly exploded, right? But I think that concept is a very, very intriguing one. I want to see how it works. A more immersive ride. So I don't know if anybody watched the Unreal Engine demo where they had the Rivian EV truck driving around the real-time procedurally generated landscape. When I saw the trailer for Fondo, that's immediately where my mind went. It does, Ivany. It does. So there's one thing I noticed about the videos. They never really gave you a good look at the rider avatars. They were all a bit far away or a bit motion blurred. So there was another app that the promotional material made the game just look next to none. I'm trying to think the name of the game, but I played it once, and when you actually got into the game, it just looked like shit, and the whole experience was really bad. But like their teaser trailers made that game look so good, man. So we could see that happening. I could see that happening again. Giving their avatar right surprisingly hard. It is. It is. Zwift just took the cartoon character approach. Didn't add too much to it. Kept it simple, melodic, methodic, and it works. The moment I threw in the virtual pace riders with me, Ivany, when I tried my Ruby free subscription, or the free promo period, yeah, I had to turn those off. I couldn't watch them. It looked so weird. But so far I haven't felt a game that responds better in trainer resistance than Ruby. It's the only game, the only cycling simulator that I can ride at 100% trainer difficulty on. The only one. So that might just be a personal thing. But anytime I hit a hill in Zwift, and I've used to ride 100% on Zwift, and I ended up causing myself knee issues, which made me drop it down to 50, and now I'm at around 25 to 30%. But I spent like 3 or 4 days on Ruby, and I just loved how smooth it felt. Like the hills felt like they bit on when they were supposed to, but it didn't feel like you were just getting like hitting mud. The ramping into it was just like, it just felt so good. Now, whether that's realistic or not, again, I don't know. Hey, Clutch. How do you do? How you doing? Well, yesterday it was hard. Dude, 70%? Up that 15+% grade, man? Hell yeah. I had to drop 2 gears at 30% in order to stay spun up enough to keep the power. Not bad. Hell yeah, dude. Right now we're kind of talking about Fondo. They haven't given me access yet. Anybody else apply yesterday, or I mean on Tuesday or Monday? Get the email yet? I do really want to try it. Fondo, oh man, Clutch, yeah. A new beta cycling platform that is invite only right now, and I learned about it. Write-Up actually is the one who showed me the link. But it's done on the newest Unreal Engine and uses all the procedural generation power that comes with it. You can basically ride anywhere in the world using AI and GIS data. And it'll populate trees, plants, roads, ways to turn on different roads. But the one thing I did notice is, god dang, the blooming and sun flaring was just nuts. Like, over the top. My only real thing that I saw, I was like, this is a little too much for me. Yeah, Clutch? Yo, check out fondo.cc. And at least try and get on their wait list for the beta testing. Because, gosh, the teaser videos and the teaser content is like, dang. Yep. Literally, it's Magic Road 2.0, and instead of it just being a setup environment that you choose from like 1 or 2, this straight up does the whole procedural AI generation. Nathan and Vegan, Zwift clip back to back. Nathan, X Tyler's taking. Oh God, do you saw that, man? Dude, you have all the angles, dude. You could do some really good stuff with that, I bet. That was a gnarly breakaway. It was like right away too. And I was just like up in the chat being like, well, you're in it now, man. Let's see some watts. Dude, OMG was gnarly, dude. 1 through 5. They got 1 through 5. That took, yeah, right up. Yeah, totally. That's the thing. I know that when we actually jump into it, there was that, what was that other app? There was like this small startup I tried one time, and it looked really freaking good. But then when I got into the game, it was like Ride X or something like that. Like the promotional content was gorgeous. You get in game and it was just the most horrible looking thing ever. Oh God, what did you just frickin' do? Oh no. Rolla, yes, Rolla. Rolla. That was it, yep. I was so excited to try that game. The moment I loaded in, I'm like, what the hell is this? This looks nothing like the promotional videos. Avatars are just freaking sprinting all over the place all the time. Yeah, Clutch. Let me know if you get access. I want to see what people think, and I'm really looking forward to seeing some real game footage of it. Okay. Hold on, opening Discord. Did you try Rolla, Ivany? I was a bit excited to see that, but then, yeah, it was not as good as I had thought it would be. Dude, Discord straight up will not open. Run it as administrator. There we go. Had to run it as admin. That was weird. Dude, that's sick. Can I give people a peep show? Can I give people a peep? Okay. Guys, check that out. That's frickin' sick. That's clean as hell, dude. Everybody go comment D's nuts in the comments section of Zwift clips. And then follow, then unfollow them. Okay, thanks. And then follow them again, of course. Repeatedly. Ad infinitum. Ultimate streamer mode enabled. Didn't have tried, yeah. Yeah, I really do enjoy trying the other platforms, but it really makes me realize, like, just the draw to Zwift is very strong. Whether it's the sticky watts or not, or sticky draft or not. Dicks out. Perfect. We all have to do our part, Ewan. Even today. Alright, I'm done with these little watts. I'm done. I really have to get on putting together the front end of this Jeep. And I do not want to do it. I don't want to do it at all. It was such hell to get things off. To get off all the components, guys. The Jeep Liberty back in the early 2000s. In order to get to a lot of the stuff, you have to remove like half of the engine compartment to get to like the strut towers. God, there's just like, you need a 15 inch extension on your impacts, including with the long driver bits. Dude, it's just I don't think anyone really enjoys. Why am I still moving? What is going... That was weird. That was weird. Dude, until I dropped below like 14 kph, I was just like going. But yeah, as I was saying, I don't think anyone enjoys doing mechanic work on cars. Even mechanics. They're just the ones willing to do it. Who I am. Dehydrated. I'm a thirsty boy. Alright. Forgot to turn off motor. Yeah. Recommendation number 1. Make sure the vehicle is turned off. And don't lick the battery terminals. That's my second recommendation. But yeah, I nearly had to remove the anti-lock brake system in order to take the struts off. That's something I can do. I still have to disassemble the old struts. I've only ever done one spring compression. And now I'm about to do my second one, which is a very sketchy thing. And I have the cheap spring compressors, so hopefully nothing breaks and kills me. If you don't know where I am and I disappear, blame the spring compressor. Oh. 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 6 to 9 misclicks later. Alright. Oopsies. Oopsies. Who are we raiding? Who are we raiding, fam? Where are we going to? What's the news today? Who do we got? Ziri? Oh, and Bulletfall. God dang. Ziri or Bulletfall? Ziri or Bulletfall? Dude, my God. Normally I would say Bulletfall, but I never see Ziri on anymore. I'm gonna send you over Bulletfall. Send you over Bullet. Spelled that right? There we go. All right. I really need to edit this video up too. I want to get it out to Lore before Friday. There's so many things to do. Life's supposed to be fun, guys. Why do we have to do all this BS? Just kidding. This is why we're doing it for fun. Just kidding. It is fun. All right, boys and girls. Thanks for hanging for that. TTT tomorrow. Flat course. Fast course. Come by. Or don't.